basically, I think I need more fibre in my life.
Most people do, I think. And
I
say that with some authority.
Like, this is not medical advice.
Yeah, correct. I mean, put that big disclaimer at the bottom. It's
like this morning, I had chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and linseeds on my porridge.
Oh my God.
I am a ticking time bomb.
You are about to have the greatest bowel movement in history.
Hello and welcome to Carbu Conversations, the show where I have a good old natter with my mate on a whole host of different topics, while enjoying the great British tradition of having a picnic out the boot of my car. Today's guest is a very, very dear friend of mine, an actor, a comedian, a voiceover artist, an improviser, and just a bloody lovely human, Liz Guterbock. So I got you some...
Oh my God.
Little candy kitties.
Candy kids. Can you not get them open?
No.
Honey, let me help you.
Let me help you. Candy kittens. I don't even know if I've tried one of these before.
Oh, they are delicious. I don't know.
Question. Would you rather have constipation or diarrhea?
Ooh. Constipation, because I could carry the pain.
Wow.
A little more. Well, because I spent years with the other problem, I'm like, at least some of the nutrients are staying in there.
Not just immediately shitting out a load of broccoli like, come on.
Yeah, pretty much.
I need that.
That was my life. That was my life.
Oh, man. See, I'm the opposite. And I think that's
You'd rather have the diarrhea.
Diarrhea, at least it's on the move, you know?
Yeah. Things are moving and shaking.
Moving and shaking. Grooving. It fits in with a fast-paced lifestyle. Can you spell the word diarrhea?
Okay. This country has messed up that whole thing because there's an extra O in there.
I thought there was an extra R.
It just reminds me of, did you ever have that diarrhea cha-cha-cha? My brother used to sing that at me.
If this is a family song, why would I know that?
I know, why would you know that? I'm so sorry. Okay? I'm not okay. It sounds so basic. It's like, obviously what you put in your body has an effect on yourself. Just like, I read a bunch of, there's that book called Gut, and I should need to know the name of the author. That's awful. But she basically talks about how the gut is your second brain. And there's lots of links between mental health and gut health. And I started to think, well, I'm highly anxious. It's like it's all coming out as liquid.
100%.
Oh, something's going on. That's real graphic. Yeah. It's like our body is working well to kind of support ourselves, but we have to fuel it. And it sounds so stupid, but we have to think about ourselves like athletes. Like fuel ourselves like athletes.
100%.
And most comedians that I know are just like, what's it and some Coke. Yeah, I mean Coca-Cola. Yeah. Although
sometimes.
Yeah, you never know.
Not saying any names.
So things so basic that my nutritional therapist was like, eat vegetables.
It's wild. I was like,
what a concept. People with IBS as well, it'll be like the second or third sentence out of their mouth because you'll be at a restaurant and just like, well, I've got to order, I'm gluten-free or dairy-free or whatever it is. But the other thing about it is, I think what I found really interesting, so like I feel physically much better when I don't have dairy and I don't have gluten. I'm not a celiac. I'm not anything sort of in that area, but I do have IBS. But the thing is, when you start cutting stuff out of your diet, there's real anxiety about going to a restaurant and being that person who's like, I'm gluten and dairy free. I mean, also look at my face. Like, I'm that lady. I
remember with my ex-boyfriend, I met his friends, and they had planned this whole weekend around like my dietary requirements. They'd gone out of their way. They were so lovely.
That's so nice.
Yet the guy who had booked this restaurant where I could have gluten-free pizza, which is so rare. We get there, I order a gluten-free pizza and he goes, no, there's always one. I was like, yeah, me. You
literally planned for me to be here. I actually think it just comes from people, like, food is a way to connect. I feel like food is a real way for people to connect. So for my mom, for example, my mom and my dad, I mean, my dad's a dairy farmer, for God's sake. The fact that I'm like, I can't have milk Yeah, it's a big deal.
I mean, you know, talk about like coming out or doing anything to your parents. You had to tell your dairy farmer
Not only
father.
am I bisexual, not only am I in the performing arts, but the final insult is that I have to be dairy-free. My dad's dairy farmer. Awful. But
so sorry.
But my parents.
So sorry, Liz's dad. How do you cope when you're having a day? Because, I mean, I've been on that end of things with, like, having the shits.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful to have friends like you
Like you
that I
talk
could literally
about.
be like, this, it is running down my trouser leg.
Oh.
I have, you know, like...
I went back through some of our messages just because, you know, it's like we're in a relationship. And I'm just
we
like,
are. You
I
are the
remember
love
the
of my
good
life.
times. And there was a thread where I had messaged you and our friend Joe Emsley. And I said, everybody, I did it in a voice note. And I was like, I just need to let you know I'm having a really great day. You know, I had a lovely bit of yoga, had some breakfast, whatever. And then I shat my pants. I'm a 40-year-old woman and I've shat my pants. And definitely having the ability to talk to people about it is a huge way to mitigate stress. Also, and it sounds really basic, and I know that this phrase gets thrown around a lot, but it is about like self-love as much as you can.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm having a hard day. Saying to yourself, like, I feel like shit. Doing those things to like nurture yourself. For me, it's warm meals. Like, especially in wintertime, having something really warming to eat, having tea. If I can have a bath, especially with Epsom salt baths, I find that really comforting. And again, it's hard to do. It's probably the hardest thing to do if I'm having a hard day, is to give myself a break and to be like, you know, you don't have to do everything that you set out to do today.